All right, so picture this. You're dreaming about your next big adventure, and for some reason, Dubai keeps popping up everywhere you look.
Yeah, I'm seeing that too. It's definitely having a moment.
So today we've got this fun little source. It's basically like eavesdropping on two friends planning a Dubai trip.
And what's our mission today?
Well, we're going to dive deep into their conversation, pull out the juiciest bits, and try to figure out together if Dubai really lives up to all the hype. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Let's do it.
Okay, so right off the bat, they jump into talking about the Burj Khalifa.
It's like the ultimate Dubai landmark, right? That super tall skyscraper everyone's seen pictures of.
Exactly, and they're not just talking about seeing it, they're talking about watching the sunset from the 148th floor.
Wow. Can you even imagine the view from up there? The whole city bathed in that golden light.
It would be incredible. But here's what I love right after that super modern skyscraper talk.
Yeah.
They shift gears completely.
Yeah, they remind us that Dubai's got this whole other side too, a rich history that's so different from its futuristic image.
Exactly. Bring up the Al Fahidi Historical District with these traditional houses that have wind catcher towers built right in.
You know what's amazing about those wind catcher towers?
What?
They were basically an early form of air conditioning. Super clever design that funneled cool air down into the houses.
Oh, wow. I never knew that.
Yeah, it's a testament to the ingenuity of the people who built the city centuries ago, adapting to the harsh desert climate.
Okay, that is so much cooler than just old houses, right?
Yeah.
And then they talk about riding an Abro across Dubai Creek.
Those little wooden boats.
Yeah, exactly. Have you ever been on one?
I haven't, but I can picture it. You know, gliding across the water with the scent of spices in the air and the call to prayer echoing from the mosques.
Yeah, they mention the sounds and smells too. It's like a total sensory experience.
You've got traditional buildings on one side and these modern skyscrapers on the other. It's this journey through time that reflects the city's evolution.
And speaking of sensory overload, they also talk about the souks. You know, the gold souk, the spice souk.
The souks, yeah. They're like stepping into a different world.
So many colors and smells and sounds, it's almost overwhelming.
But in a good way, I bet. It's a glimpse into Dubai's trading heritage. You know, for centuries, this was a hub for merchants from all over the world, and that energy still thrives there today.
Okay, so we've got these serene cultural experiences, but then bam, they switch gears again and start talking about skydiving over the Palm Jumeirah.
Talk about an adrenaline rush.
I mean, can you imagine free falling from thousands of feet in the air with those man-made islands spread out beneath you like a giant palm tree?
It must be an incredible perspective on the city, completely different from anything else.
Definitely not for the faint of heart, though. But skydiving isn't the only thrill they mention.
There's more.
Oh, yeah, get this. They're talking about dune bashing.
Dune bashing.
Picture yourself in a 4x4 flying over these massive sand dunes like a roller coaster on sand.
Whoa, that sounds intense.
It does, doesn't it? And if that's not enough, they're also talking about sandboarding down the dunes and even riding camels.
It's like they're determined to experience every possible way to enjoy the desert.
And then, to top it all off, they're planning to spend the night at a desert camp under the stars.
Okay, now that sounds magical.
Right. They're talking about bonfires and traditional music and dancing and a delicious Bedouin feast.
Wait, hold on, a Bedouin feast.
Yeah.
Did they say anything about what kind of food? Because I am all about the food when I travel.
Oh, they definitely mentioned the food. Dubai is famous for its incredible culinary scene, everything from fancy restaurants to street food stalls offering flavors from all over the world.
Okay, phew. I was worried for a second.
But they specifically talk about trying traditional Emirati food, which is cool.
Totally. I'm always up for trying something new. What did they mention?
So there's this dish called al haris, which is basically a slow-cooked wheat and meat porridge. It's supposed to be really hearty and flavorful.
Al Haris, huh? I'll have to add that to my list.
And then for something sweet, they're talking about lukimat, which are these little crispy dumplings drizzled with date syrup.
Oh man, dumplings and date syrup, sign me up.
Right. But it's not all about the fancy stuff. They also point out that Dubai is a coastal city, so the seafood is supposed to be amazing.
Makes sense. Fresh catches right from the Arabian Gulf.
Exactly. They mention smanak mashwi, which is grilled fish with spices, simple but delicious.
I can almost taste it now. Perfectly grilled fish with that smoky flavor and a hint of spice.
Sounds amazing. And for a super fancy night out, they're thinking about going to Pirchik.
Pirchik.
It's this restaurant built on a pier over the water. Imagine having dinner with those incredible views.
Oh, wow. Dinner with a view. That's definitely going on my list.
Okay, so far it sounds like Dubai's got it all. Towering skyscrapers, historical districts, crazy adventures, incredible food. But Here's the question everyone's thinking. Is Dubai just for millionaires?
That's what I was wondering, too. It all seems so luxurious.
Well, they actually address that in their conversation. They're all about finding budget-friendly options.
Oh, that's good to know. What do they suggest?
Well, they mention a bunch of free attractions like the Dubai Fountain Show.
I've heard that's spectacular.
Yeah, it's this choreographed water, music, and light show that happens in the lake right in front of the Burj Khalifa, and it's completely free.
Wow, that's a steal. And exploring those older parts of Dubai, like the Al Fahidi district, that doesn't cost much either, right?
Nope. And they also talk about using the metro to get around, which is way cheaper than taxis.
The metro is a good option in a lot of big cities.
Mm-hmm.
It's efficient, affordable, and good for the environment.
Okay, so maybe Dubai is doable even if you're not, rolling in dough.
That's good to hear. But let's be real, Dubai is also known as a shopping paradise, and that can be dangerous for the wallet.
Oh, yeah, they definitely get into that. They talk about the Dubai Mall, which is one of the largest malls in the world.
I've seen pictures. It's massive.
Yeah, hundreds of stores, from high-end designer brands to more affordable options. You could literally spend days there and not see everything.
That's insane.
Mm.
And then they mentioned the Dubai Shopping Festival, which happens in January.
Yeah, imagine a whole month of incredible deals, entertainment fireworks displays, and even raffle draws with luxury cars as prizes.
That sounds intense.
It does.
Right.
But they also bring it back to the souks, reminding us that shopping in Dubai isn't just about mega malls. There's that whole haggling experience finding unique treasures. It's a completely different vibe.
Yeah, the souks offer this more authentic experience. You can chat with the local merchants, learn about traditional crafts, maybe even practice your bargaining skills.
Okay, one last thing before we move on. Dubai is in the desert, right? So how scorching hot does it actually get?
That's a good question. I wouldn't want to be sightseeing in a sauna.
Yeah, no thanks. Well, they actually talk about the best time to visit, which is between November and March.
Ah, that makes sense. It's their winter season, right?
Exactly. The temperatures are supposed to be much more pleasant, perfect for exploring without melting into a puddle.
So you can wander through the souks, check out the historical district, even skydive over the Palm Jumeirah without overheating.
Exactly. Timing is key. So far, it definitely sounds like Dubai lives up to the hype, wouldn't you say?
I'm certain so. It's got a crazy mix of experiences, something for everyone.
All right, we've only just scratched the surface. We'll be right back to uncover even more fascinating insights from our source material.
You know, it's interesting how these friends are so focused on hitting all the big tourist attractions. Like they've got the Burj Khalifa on their list, the souks, the desert safari. It's like they're checking off a Dubai bucket list.
Yeah, it makes sense though, right? When you're going somewhere for the first time, you want to see those iconic landmarks, the things Dubai is famous for.
Totally.
Mm.
But I'm also kind of curious about what lies beyond those well-trodden paths. You know, what about the hidden gems, those unexpected experiences that you stumble upon when you venture off the beaten track?
Oh yeah, those are always the best stories, the ones that happen when you least expect them.
Exactly. Like, I wonder what the street art scene is like in Dubai, or if there are any cool local design studios showcasing Emirati artists.
Those are great questions. And it makes me think about how Dubai is often portrayed as this super modern, almost futuristic city. But we also know it has this rich history, like with that Al Fahidi historical district and those wind catcher houses.
Right. It makes you wonder if there are any contemporary architects who are drawing inspiration from those traditional elements, you know, blending the old with the new.
Yeah, that would be fascinating to see how tradition and modernity intertwine and how the past shapes the present.
And speaking of blending old and new, they mentioned wanting to try traditional Emirati food, but I feel like they barely scratched the surface.
I know, right? There's got to be more to it than just Al Harries and Lukumat.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Emirati cuisine is so much more than that. It's a blend of flavors influenced by Bedouin heritage, the coastal location, and centuries of trade. There's makbuz, which is a flavorful rice dish with meat or fish.
Ooh, that sounds good.
And saluna, a hearty stew with vegetables and meat. And then there's balalit, a sweet and savory dish with vermicelli noodles and saffron-infused eggs.
Wow, you really know your Emirati food.
I try to do my research.
Well, it's definitely paying off. I'm learning so much already.
That's what I love about these deep dives. You never know what you're going to uncover.
It's a journey of discovery, for sure. But it makes me think, we often approach travel with this list of things we want to see and do. But what if we approached it with a sense of curiosity, open to the unexpected?
That's the beauty of travel. It's about embracing the unknown, allowing ourselves to be surprised, delighted, maybe even challenged by the experiences we encounter.
You know what's fascinating about Dubai?
What?
It's this incredible ambition you see everywhere, this drive to push boundaries, to achieve the seemingly impossible.
It's true. It's evident in everything from their architecture to their infrastructure. I mean, those man-made islands shaped like a palm tree, that's insane.
I know, right? And the Burj Khalifa reaching for the sky, it's like a statement to the world, look what we can do.
Yeah, it's a testament to human ingenuity. And that ambition extends to other areas too, like sustainability.
Oh, right. They've set some pretty ambitious goals for renewable energy and green building practices.
Exactly. They're trying to balance progress with environmental responsibility,
Hmm.
which is crucial, especially in a desert environment.
It's good to know they're thinking about the long-term impact.
Speaking of thinking ahead, let's talk about the future of Dubai. Where do they see themselves going next?
Well, they mentioned how rapidly the city's evolving and that they're investing heavily in technology and innovation.
Yeah, like that museum of the future they talked about.
Right, which sounds so
It's
cool.
not just a museum, it's a platform for exploring emerging technologies and how they might impact our lives.
So it's not about showcasing the past, but about envisioning the future.
Exactly. And they're also focusing on developing their creative industries, fostering a hub for design, fashion, film, the arts.
It's like they're constantly pushing the boundaries, trying to stay ahead of the curve.
And that creates this dynamic energy, this sense that anything is possible in Dubai.
Which makes me wonder, how does that impact the people who live there? What's it like to be a part of this constant state of flux?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
Dubai is such a melting pot of cultures, people from all over the world calling it home.
I bet that diversity adds to the city's energy and creativity.
Absolutely. It must be fascinating to see how different cultures interact and influence each other in such a globalized environment.
It makes me think about how travel is not just about seeing new places, but also about encountering new perspectives.
Right, it's about challenging our assumptions, questioning our biases, and opening ourselves up to new ways of seeing things.
And who knows, maybe those encounters will even inspire us to make changes in our own lives.
Perhaps we'll discover a new passion, a new way of thinking, a new appreciation for the world around us.
That's the power of travel, isn't it? It has the potential to transform us.
And with a destination as dynamic and ever-evolving as Dubai, the possibilities are endless.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground here, from iconic attractions to hidden gems, from sustainability to the future of the city. But there's still so much more to explore.
I agree. We'll be right back to wrap up our deep dive into Dubai and see what other insights we can glean from our source material.
All right, we're back. And I have to say, I'm still buzzing about all the different sides of Dubai we've uncovered. It's like way more than just a glitzy playground for the rich and famous.
Yeah, it really is. It's
Yeah.
a city of contrasts. You've got those futuristic skyscrapers and cutting-edge technology, but then you also have ancient traditions and this deep connection to the desert.
And it's not like those things are clashing. It's like they're embracing both the past and the future at the same time.
That's what makes it so unique. It's constantly pushing boundaries, redefining what's possible in a city.
Makes me want to book a flight right now and experience it all for myself. But before we get too carried away, let's bring it back to our listener, the one dreaming of this Dubai adventure.
Right. So to our listener, we've explored a lot today. The
Mhm.
iconic landmarks, the cultural experiences, the
Mhm.
thrill-seeking adventures, the amazing food. But what speaks to you the most? What image or experience
Mhm.
has really captured your imagination?
Is it the view from the Burj Khalifa? The serenity of the desert at night? The energy of the souks? Or maybe it's something else entirely, something we haven't even talked about.
Because at the end of the day, travel is about creating your own unique story, your own personal connection with a place.
It's about discovering what ignites your curiosity, what leaves a lasting impression on your heart and mind.
So as you're thinking about Dubai, I want you to ask yourself, what kind of traveler are you? What are you hoping to experience?
What are your dreams? What are your expectations? And maybe even what are you willing to let go of? Because sometimes travel pushes us out of our comfort zones.
It challenges our preconceived notions, forces us to confront the unknown.
And often it's those unexpected detours, those moments of serendipity that lead to the most amazing discoveries.
So embrace the unknown, be open to the unexpected, and allow yourself to be transformed by the journey.
Because who knows what hidden gems you might uncover, what connections you might forge, what memories you might make along the way.
Safe travels, and may your Dubai adventure be filled with wonder and discovery.
And that's a wrap on our deep dive into Dubai. Thanks for joining us.